You've seen this symbol 1,000 times, right? But what if everything you think it means, philosophy, mysticism, balance, is only half the story? What if this isn't some spiritual icon, but an actual scientific chart? Today, we're going to decode the secret data hidden right inside the Tai Chi symbol.
I mean, just look at it, the Taiji, or the Tai Chi symbol. It's everywhere. We automatically think of harmony, the endless dance of opposites. It feels so deep, so philosophical. But what if we've been looking at it completely wrong this whole time?
Seriously, what if those familiar curves and those little dots aren't abstract ideas at all, but a super precise plot of astronomical data, a functional model of our solar system that was created thousands of years ago? That is the wild idea we're digging into today.
So, to really unpack this scientific theory, we first have to get a handle on where the usual explanations even came from. And it turns out, the symbol's real origin has been this huge historical debate for centuries.
For ages, right? Scholars have pointed to all sorts of things. Taoist alchemy, ancient totems, even Song dynasty philosophy is its birthplace. All of these theories frame it as this product of deep spiritual thought.
But what if we've all been looking in the wrong place? This newer research suggests the symbol wasn't just invented from a cool idea. It was derived from a direct scientific observation of the heavens.
Okay, so this brings us to two really foundational concepts, Wuji and Tai Chi. But we're going to look at them not like philosophers, but more like ancient engineers.
So let's reframe this. Think of Wuji not as some mystical emptiness, but just as raw, unmeasured reality. It's kind of like looking at a blank map, There's no "you are here" sticker, no north, no south, no scale. It's just chaos. Tai Chi, then, is the simple but incredibly powerful act of putting a pin in that map. It's that exact moment you set a reference point, and boom, suddenly you can start to measure things. Order appears out of the chaos.
And what was this revolutionary piece of tech that made this huge leap from chaos to order? Get this, it was nothing more than a stick in the ground. It's called a gomon, and just by tracking the length and the direction of its shadow, ancient observers set up a reference frame. And with that one simple tool, the universe started to give up its secrets.
Just think about that. With this one tool, these ancient observers could start decoding the most fundamental patterns in nature.
And the very first pattern they saw is what they called the two yi, which, we know as yin and yang. But for a second, I want you to forget everything about abstract forces. In this model, yin and yang are actual, concrete, physical measurements.
It's this simple. Yang is the sun. It's daylight, direct solar radiation, the buildup of heat. Yin is the moon. It's night, and it's the dissipation of all that heat. That classic interlocking shape of the symbol, it's not just poetic. It perfectly describes the continuous, gradual exchange between these two physical things over time. And check this out. If you track this data over a full year, you get a perfect map of the seasons. At the winter solstice, yin is at its peak. That's the shortest day. At the summer solstice, yang peaks, the longest day. And at the equinoxes, they're in perfect balance. This wasn't philosophy. This was a survival guide for a civilization that depended on farming.
But okay, hold on. This brings up a really important question. The flow of the seasons is one thing. But that specific, elegant S-curve in the Tai Chi symbol is incredibly precise. So where did that exact shape come from?
I mean, the general rise and fall of daylight over a year would create some kind of wave, sure, but the Tai Chi curve is a very particular wave. And to find its origin, we have to look at a hidden dance that the sun performs in our sky every single year.
The source of that precise curve is a celestial pattern called the Analemma. If you were to go outside and take a picture of the sun from the exact same spot at the exact same time every day for a year, you'd see it trace this beautiful figure 8 in the sky. This isn't some abstract idea. This is the raw observational data they were working with. All right, now for the big reveal. How in the world do you get the S-curve of the Tai Chi symbol from the figure 8 of the Analemma? This right here is where the genius of ancient data visualization comes into play. Okay, this part is just brilliant. Let's walk through it together. First, step 1. They observe the Analemma, that figure 8 path in the sky. Got it? Step 2. Using the shadow from their gnomon, they isolate only the vertical motion of that 8. Why? Well, because the sun's height in the sky is what determines the length of the day and the change of seasons. Then comes step 3, the clever bit. They take that up and down data, and they basically unroll it over a straight linear timeline of the year. This creates a perfect wave, what we call a sine wave.
And for the final, mind-blowing step, they take that straight line of data and they wrap it back into a circle to represent the cycle of the year.
And when you do that, the sine wave wraps around, connects head to tail, and the shape it creates is a perfect S-curve. It is a one-to-one geometric match with the Tai Chi symbol. I mean, that's an undeniable connection between real astronomical data and this ancient diagram.
So, the crucial point here is that we have to totally reframe our understanding of what this symbol really is. It's not just some pretty icon, it's a sophisticated scientific instrument.
This quote from the research paper says it all. The Tai Chi diagram is substantially a polar coordinate chart of annual solar radiation distribution. Whoa! In simple terms, it's a circular graph, kind of like a radar screen, that's plotting the sun's energy over the course of a year. It's ancient data science, pure and simple.
And believe it or not, it gets even deeper. That S-curve, that represents the continuous, analog signal of changing solar energy. And the 8 trigrams, or the bagua, that are often arranged around the symbol, well, they act as a form of digital sampling. They mark specific, discrete points on that continuous wave, corresponding to the solstices, the equinoxes, and the start of each season.
So let's just recap what we've uncovered here. The Tai Chi symbol is actually an ancient form of data visualization. It's a functional model for astronomy and for agriculture. It's a stunningly clever 2D projection of complex 3D celestial motion. And in its use of those yin and yang lines, it represents one of humanity's earliest binary time codes.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this much incredible scientific knowledge was encoded into a symbol we all thought we understood, what other profound wisdom might be hiding right out in the open, just waiting for us to decode it?